Hello and welcome back to another video um, with where for my final website assignment, right? So for this, we have to think about what we want to make for our website and then we have to make it, right? So I decided to make a e-commerce though, a simple basic e-commerce though, not really too in-depth like where it goes into the payments and stuff, but it's a fairly decent one. So what I use is basically, I didn't use the normal HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Well, yes, I did use JavaScript and some parts in HTML, but no CSS. So I used and not and the database didn't use SQL. Well, I use a similar something like SQL, but it's not really SQL. So what I use is I used an SQL. Well, not really an SQL. It's like basically a script that basically generates SQL, which creates a table, and that is called Prisma. So I use Prisma to generate my schema for the database, right? For my actual database to store the data, I use a Postgres database, right? And for the front end, I use React. For the back end, well, basically I use a framework called Next.js, which is a React framework that handles both server, uh, which which renders components on the server, or you could render it on the client as well. So basically, and they also have their own router, so you can basically create your own APIs and stuff to basically handle the requests. So yes, it's Next.js framework, right? It's a very decent framework, especially if you're getting into the web development space. It's a very decent framework. You should start with it, right? I'm also using React as my front-end language, which basically, you know, for the website design. For the CSS now, I'm not using normal CSS. I'm using something called Tailwind, which basically allows you to style the HTML or style the page directly within the HTML or the React code. So that's what basically Tailwind CSS does. So to start up this app, we're gonna run npm run deploy, and then we give it a few minutes, let it run. Okay, so after this part, the audio became a little buggy because of something I do not know, but I hope you can bear with me. Thank you. To explore the site. Now here we have a home page. We have the home page here. We have a shop page. Well, here you should be logged in if you want to explore the shop because you're going to be adding stuff to the cart. You have the about page. You have a contact page. This is the four main page we have. Now here for the login, we can, well, since I already have an account, I can easily log in, but here we're going to sign up, right? So here we're going to see, this is, we call it get, okay, say get at gmail.com. We get put our password as 1234567 8 and I agree, and then we sign up. We don't want to save. So since it's here, we already have everything. These two buttons do not work currently. So we have a shop. We can we can add our items when we want to buy. We can add the cart. So let's add everything. And then we can proceed to the cart menu, right? We can click this button, or this button here. All does the same thing, just redirects you to the cart page, right? So we're gonna just click this button here. So see all our items listed, right? We can increment, we could decrement, we could remove items. So let's say we don't want bread. We're just gonna remove it from the list. And then here, we don't have a payment option set up. So what it directly does, it proceeds to checkout. Let's say you want to re-add bread. You come back to shop, and then you add bread to the cart again, right? And then proceed to the checkout. Let's say you want 5 breads or 10 and 2 bananas. Then we proceed to checkout. Here is where we have all our lists. So we have our name, the a dummy address, and your email here. We also have your subtotal, your shipping costs, and your tax, right? So here we have everything. Also here we have our receipt where you can download a copy of your receipt. So when you download it, download that, download it as a PDF. So this basically gives you an overview of how your item is, how your order history is, right? And all of this is stored in a database, in a Postgres database, which basically is a SQL database. And that and that is not it yet. We have our about page where we have everything here. We have our contact page where we have our phone number, the email, the address, the business hours, and we also have our Instagram. And then we this you can send your email. You can send me a direct email and say hello, hey, hey, this is a nice app here. Let me see. I wonder how you made this app. I really love it. And then it's sending the email, right? So I will get this message on my phone currently as we speak in here. So we have all our different pages. Thank you for watching, and I hope I get an A plus for the web design course, and hope to see you soon.